Hi, you guys. Welcome to Audrey's reading area. Yes, on this Cultural Wednesdays, I do different cultures, different culture books, like books of different cultures on Wednesdays, and that is today. So thank you for being here, and a great big grand shout out to my grandbabies. Okay, one hand up. Four of them: Korea, Sanaa, David the Third, and Kaden. I love you, and I miss you guys so much. Now I'm going to ask you guys that are here listening in to click that like button and share my video. Click that share video. Then go to YouTube and smash that subscribe button for me. And don't forget to tell everybody about Audrey's reading area. Tell everybody. Yes. So I had a flag up here. Um, can you see? That is the Canadian flag. So today I'm gonna read you a book about Canada. That's why I put the Canada flag, the Canadian flag up. And that's the only prop that I have in regards to Canada. Apologize. The Kids Book of Canada, written by Barbara Greenwood. The Kids Book of Canada. And because it's such a long book, I'm going to read some and I'm going to show you the pictures of some, and then you can pause and read. It is illustrated, by the way, by Jock MacRae. So it's written by Barbara Greenwood, illustrated by Jock MacRae. I'm going to put on my better glasses to read in. All right, the Kids Book of Canada. Look at Canada, the Canada flag. All right, so it says, what a remarkable place Canada is. The second largest country in the world. But first of all, let me ask Alexa, what time is Audrey's reading area? Alexa, what time is Audrey's reading area?
Audrey reads in her area live at 8 o'clock p.m.
Live at 8, you guys. Right now. Okay. What a remarkable place Canada is. The second largest country in the world. It is home to such heroes as Terry Fox, J. Armand Bombardier, Roberta Bondar. Canada is also the birthplace of many inventions, including the zipper. So, like when you zip up your jacket, the zipper, the skydew, and the green garbage bag. And it possesses incredible landforms such as hoodoos, pingos, and flower pot rocks. So, the Kids Book of Canada, this book right here, is written by Barbara Greenwood, an award-winning Canadian author. She's traveled the country meeting children and teachers and finding out what they want to know about their nation. The treasury of information about Canada is perfect for researching school projects, or for sharing amazing facts with family, with friends, yeah, with my subscribers, with all of you guys. Yes. So it says it's newly revised for its first time ever in paperback. Kids Book of Canada. So I'm going to jump right into this book right now and share some information. Well, this is the contents of the book. It has Canada, British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, Newfoundland and Labrador, Yukon Territory, Northwest Territory, Nunavat, and the glossary in the book. Yes, Canada. So Canada, show you the pages. So if you want to, that is the flag. If you want to go back and see and read, you can pause this video and read. Pause and read. It says Canada's name comes from the Wendat Howden. Sorry. Please forgive me if I pronounce these words incorrectly. Wendat Haudenosaunee word Kanata, meaning village. Okay. The French explorer Jacques Cartier first used it in 1535 to describe a small area on the St. Lawrence River. Now it refers to the world's second largest country. Canada stretches 5,513 kilometers, which is 3,426 miles, from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean. Whoa, from there to there, all the way from east to west. And 4,634 kilometers, or 2,880 miles, from the United States border almost to the North Pole. The 10 provinces, so those are provinces that I just read to you, and 3 territories represent a great variety of landscapes, from mountains to plains, forests to, to grasslands, and waterfalls to badlands. Forestry and mining are important northern industries, while crops such as wheat, apples, and potatoes are grown in the south. Fishing was once the biggest coastal industry. Canada's people come from many different backgrounds and traditions. The majority of the people live in large cities near the southern border. Near the southern border. So once again, Canada. So their motto is A Marie Uske Ad Mer, or from sea to sea. Hope I didn't mess that up too bad. Coat of arms. See, even if you can't pronounce something when you're reading, just continue to read. Like me. I'm not sure if I pronounced it correctly, but I tried, right? And you can too. Coat of arms. Canada's earliest European settlers are represented by the 3 loyal lions of England, the Royal Lion of Scotland, Ireland's harp, and France's fleur de lis, or fleur de lis. The maple leaves represent Canada's forest. The Lion of England holds the British flag, and the Unicorn of Scotland holds the flag of Royal France. Below are the French fleur de lis, the Irish shamrock, the Scottish thistle, and the English rose. Okay. Flag is Canada's official colors are red and white, and they come from England's cross of St. George. The maple leaf has been a symbol of Canada since the early French settlements, and the flag first flew on February 15, 1965. Wow. Okay. So I showed you the page. Here's the population, the size. The capital is Ottawa, Ontario. That's the capital of Canada. Here's some other major cities. People always visit, Toronto, Ontario, Montreal, Quebec. Yes, I hear them visiting all the time. I have not been to Canada yet, but I have plans on going. I plan on visiting. People, places, and events of Canada. People, places, and events. And I will show you the history of the country. Put it up close so you can pause and read. Pause and read. Pause and read. Pause and read. And I will read the top part for you. People, places, and events. On November 7, 1885, at Craiglachie, British Columbia, the last spike was driven to complete the Canadian Pacific Railway and link Canada from west to east. Wow. Long ago, every town operated on different times. This was confusing for railroads, so railway builder Sanford Fleming suggested the world be divided into 24 time zones, each one differing by an hour from the next. Standard time was adopted around the world on January 1st, 1885. Now do you see why we have different time zones? You're learning something, right? Now, when it is noon in Ottawa, it is always 1 o'clock p.m. in Halifax and 9 o'clock a.m. in Vancouver. This is so interesting, isn't it? Canada is known as the country north of the 49th parallel of latitude. This line was chosen in 1818 as the border across the prairies from the Great Lakes to the Rockies because there were no natural landmarks that could be used to mark the division between Canada and the United States. Another interesting factor, right? Among the many inventions Canada has given to the world is a robotic arm that can be mounted on the side of a space shuttle. Canada Arm 2 is 17.6 or which is 58 meters, which is 58 feet long. It has played an important role in the building of the International Space Station. In 1962, Canada became the third country to design and build a satellite when Alouette 1 was launched. The Trans-Canada Highway runs 7777 kilometers, or 4,833 meters, across Canada from St. John's, Newfoundland to Victoria, British Columbia. It was completed in 1962. In 1936, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, CBC, was formed to help all sections of the vast country, this vast country keep in touch. Today, the CBC broadcasts in French and English and beams programs in Aboriginal languages to the Arctic by satellite. We are getting some serious information here. This is British Columbia, and this is their flag. Kind of pretty, yeah. Pretty. So, you can read, pause and read, pause and read, pause and read. Because I'm going to go to the next one. People, places, and events. Yes. Alberta, Canada. This is Alberta, Canada. Pause and read. And these are people, places, and events. We see some skating, figure skating. History of the province. History of the province right here. So hopefully you guys will pause and read. Got a lot of stuff going on in Canada. Saskatchewan. Yes, Saskatchewan. It's such a long word. Saskatchewan. This is Saskatchewan information. Pause and read. Wow. People, places, and events. Pause and read. Manitoba. Look at that. Make sure you pause and read these things. Flag. Manitoba. These are some people, places, and events of Manitoba. The history of the province. I'm going to Ontario. I'll read this one to you guys. I'll show you the picture anyway. And I'll read Ontario because I've actually heard of this one. It's like so much. I've known so many people that visit Ontario. Ontario means beautiful lake in the Haudenosaunee language. And that's a good name for a province with 250,000 lakes. It is Canada's second largest province and has the largest population. 90% of Ontario's people live in the southern part of the province, which is also home to most of Ontario's agriculture and manufacturing industry. How cool is that? Northern Ontario, with 90% Let me see. Yeah, Northern Ontario, with 90% of the province land, is rich in forests. Their motto is Ut incepit fidelis sic permanent, which means loyal it began, loyal it remains. That word loyalty. Loyal it began, loyal it remains. The coat of arms is the Cross of St. George. England's patron saint, shows Ontario's early link to England. The 3 maple leaves stand for Canada. The shield is surrounded by a moose, a black bear, and a deer. And this is it right here. And down here is their flag. Ontario's flag is much like the red, yes, the red ensign, which was once Canada's national flag. The British flag in the corner is a reminder of Ontario's early connection to that country. The provincial shield on the right side. Yeah. Their flower is the white trillium. The bird is the common loon, found on the lakes in northern Ontario. Their tree is the white pine forest, and their gem is the purple amethyst, and it's mined near the Thunder Bay. Wow. They have James Bay, Hudson, all these beautiful places there in Ontario. People, places, and events. So, history of the province. Go ahead and take a look. Today, in recent years, immigration has made Ontario a richly multicultural society. People, places, and events. The top part. That. Yes. Okay. Hockey star Wayne Gretzky. He was born in 1961. He first played hockey in his hometown of Brantford. Gretzky is one of the few players to be named most valuable player during his first year in the National Hockey League, when he played for Edmonton. Okay. Quebec. It's another place that I've heard of a lot, because a lot of people that I know have visited Quebec, Canada. Canada's largest province takes its name from Anishinaapic word meaning narrow passage. So Quebec means narrow passage. Interesting. This describes the narrowing of the St. Lawrence River where it passes Quebec City. In the areas north and south of the river are found the best farmlands, the largest cities, and the majority of the population. Manufacturing, particularly the production of clothing, textile, food, and beverages, is also centered here in Quebec. In the rocky forested central area, pulp and paper production and mining are important. They're important industries. At the northern tip of the province are barren rocks and bogs. From the Arctic north to the temperate south, Quebec's climate changes dramatically. Summers in the St. Lawrence River are warm and good for growing crops, but the winters are very cold. Quebec is the province with the second largest population. Over 80% of Quebecers speak French. I gotta learn some French. Coat of arms. This is their flag. This is their bird, the snowy owl. Wow. Flower is the blue flag bloom. The blue flag, it blooms in the spring over most of Quebec. The tree is the wood of the yellow birch, and it's used for flooring and furniture. Interesting. The mineral is asbestos. Thought that was not good for us, right? Asbestos, a gray thread-like mineral, does not burn and can be used as protection from heat. I'm probably thinking of the different kind of asbestos. Okay, look at this. All of these facts. Pause and read. Pause and read. People, places, and events. They have a winter carnival in February. It's almost approaching. I guess you should gear up and go visit. History, history, history. New Brunswick. I'm only flipping pages because I'm trying to shorten the video. I apologize. But please feel free to pause and read. Try to make it flat for you. Pause and read. That's their flower, the purple violet. Love the smell of that flower. This is their flag. Look at that. Rectangular version of the shield. And these are some factors. Remember to pause and read. Because there's still quite a lot of pages. I'm not even sure if we made half the book yet. People, places, and events. People, places, and events. Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia. I've heard of this too. I've heard of this too. I'll read a little bit of Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia means New Scotland in Latin. It is a narrow strip of land off the east coast of Canada, attached to the New Brunswick by a small land bridge. At the northern tip is the island of Cape Breton. The indented coastline provides many harbors, both for ocean-going ships and for small fishing vessels. Because Nova Scotia is almost surrounded by the sea, fishing has been the province's main industry. So we probably get a lot of our fish from there, right? Haddock and cod were once caught in great numbers. Today, lobster and scallops are the main catches. Timber, coal, and oil are also important natural resources. Most of Nova Scotia's population lives near the coast, half of it in the largest cities of Halifax, Truro, and Sydney. Although the inland temperatures can range between very cold and very hot, the sea keeps the coastal climate mild. It also causes heavy fogs. Their motto is Munit Haec et altera vincit. One defends and the other conquers. It's kind of like, yeah. The one defends and the other conquers. Population facts. Here's their flag. Their flower is the Mayflower or the trailing arbutus. Some interesting fact. Their tree is the red spruce. Their bird is the osprey plummet. They plummet feet first to catch fish along the seacoast and the lakes. From high, it's called the osprey. The gem is agate, and it's a semi-precious stone sometimes used to make jewelry. The mineral is stilbite. A pearly white mineral is found near a Bay of Fundy. So you got all the Nova Scotia facts right here. If I had time, I would have done 2 parts of this book. I do not have time, so I apologize for that. Because I've done 2 parts before. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I gotta go visit Canada. People, places, and events. History of province. Don't forget. Pause and read. Pause and read. Might make you very interested in Canada and might convince you to go take a trip there. Now this here, what does that say? Mi'kmaq legends tell many stories of the mighty chief Glooscap. Let me read this. Glooscap, who is said to have shaped the coastline of Nova Scotia and created the Aboriginal people and animals. Wow. Interesting. Singer Annie Murray from Spring Hill earned the first of many gold singles with her recording of Snowbird. Okay. Prince Edward Island. Prince Edward Island. Beautiful. So, this is their motto, the small under the protection of the great. This is their coat of arms. This is their flag. This is their tree, the red oak. Bird is the blue jay. The flower is lady slippers. It's a type of orchid. Kind of cool, right? It looks like lady slippers. And here is the other page of information that you can Pause and read. Pause and read. Pause and read. Tells us about Canada. People, places, and events. People, places, and events. History of the province. And all this good information. Newfoundland and Labrador. I haven't even heard of this in so long. It's been a long time since I've heard of this area. Newfoundland and Labrador. And you see all the information, the flower, the bird, the coat of arms. This is their flag. Interesting. Pause and read. Pause and read. People, places, and events. Oh, I need a coat like that, right? Today. And then the top, you have, stories of history, people, places, and events. And then you have Yukon Territory, the Yukon Territory, Canada. The Yukon Territory was named for the majestic river that flows through it. In the language of the Kutchin or Kuchin, the Aboriginal people of that area, let me turn it around and read it correctly. The Aboriginal people of that era, Yukona means great river. It says the Yukon Territory occupies Canada's most northwesterly corner. This area of mountains and rivers provides tourists with exciting wilderness trips to such spectacular sights as the Kluane ice fields and the Chilkoot Trail. Although the climate ranges from mild in summer to sub-zero in the winter, the bright sun and dry air makes skiing, dog sledding, and snowshoeing enjoyable sports. Ever since the gold rush of 1898, mining has been the major industry. Today, about 2/3 of the residents live in the capital city, Whitehorse. So, here's some quick facts about the population and stuff in the Yukon Territory. Coat of arms. This is their flag. Nice, right? Flower, the fireweed. Bird, the common raven. The gem, lazulite, deep blue. Nice. And so you can, don't forget, pause and read. Pause it and read it. It's got all these important facts about Canada. People, places, and events. People, places, and events. Please feel free to pause and read. People, places, and events. Northwest Territories. They got the Northwest Territories. Look, their coat of arms. Here's some quick facts about their population, all those things. This is their flag. This is their flower, their tree, their bird, their mineral. They have, yes, pretty cool stuff. A buffalo. That's a picture of a buffalo. It looks like to me. Or musk oxen, as they said here, musk oxen. Important facts about the Northwest Territories. People, places, and events. I'm not sure of who these people are up here, but they got to be somebody special to be in this book, right? So please, please, please take note. Can you see? Can you see? Sorry Sorry. People, places, and events. Okay. Nunavat. Nunavat. I don't remember. I might have heard of it before, but I don't remember hearing Nunavat or Nunavat before. So let's take a gander at this. Like the coat of arms. This is their flag. This is their animal. That's their bird. That's their flower, the purple saxifrage. Wow. Interesting. Can you see this? Pause and read. Pause and read. Good job. You guys are so good today. This is the history of Nunavat. Today, as more Inuit train to be teachers, doctors, government administrators, and business people, they are gradually taking over the running of the territory. So, we have some people, places, and events going on up here. Don't forget to pause and read. Pause and read. And they have a glossary. Checking out the glossary. Pause and read all of these things. Deltas, a triangular shape at the mouth of a river formed by deposits of earth and sand that forced the river to split into many channels. That is just so interesting to me. Look at that. All these great new words that you can learn. The tipi, or T-I-P-I. Oh, TP. The TP, spelled T-I-P-I, is a cone-shaped tent made by covering a framework of poles with animal skins. These shelters were made by the Aboriginal people of the plains. So we got a lot of interesting words going on in here. So I'll show it again so you can pause and read. Yes. Well, the end of the Kids Book of Canada. It's a lot. Maybe one day when I have more time, I'll do it again and I will split it up into two different parts so I can get to read them all to you, because you know how much I love reading this stuff to you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And shout out to everyone who's always here listening to me read. And shout out to all of you who I have, I'm hoping to, just trying to get you guys to open up a book and just read. Yeah, so hopefully I've influenced some of you guys to read. Here at Audrey's reading area, I read to you, and I also try to talk you into reading. Yes, try to influence you into reading. Well, thank you so much. And shout out to everyone who's here. Shout out to everyone who has shared my videos and who has clicked or smashed or punched that subscribe button for me on YouTube at Audrey's Reading Area. Well, thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you again tomorrow here at Audrey's Reading Area.